Hey, Alexia.
Hey, Foster.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, please.
We did a couple of episodes talking about little hiccup.
Sorry.
That was on the recording. We're leaving it in.
I'm so embarrassed right now.
How do you say hiccup again in
Soluço.
Soluço? I always forget that word. What were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about Cambly. Cambly's going to love this. So, Alexia, we talked about our 2018, some of our New Year's resolutions. You know, something really interesting? A lot of people after those episodes, they sent me messages on email, and I think you got some on Instagram, saying that their New Year's resolution was finally to sign up for Cambly because for whatever reason they were too scared, or they didn't have the time or the money or anything like that. And everyone's loving it. Everyone's loving it. It's awesome.
Yes, it's amazing. And guys, I know that might freak you out, everything about Cambly and speaking to a native English speaker or anything like that. But once you start and put in your mind that will be an awesome experience, everything will be fine. It's a very, very cool experience. You should go there and do it.
Yes, that is the point. I have a really good analogy that I just thought of right now. So, Alexia, I listen to podcasts and I read about things about meditation and mindfulness all the time. I'm super interested in it. I don't really know why, because when it comes for the moment to actually sit down and meditate, I almost never do it. But instead, I just spend like hours listening to people talking about meditating. So if you are not talking to real people, then that's what you're doing. You're listening to people talk about learning English, but you're not really doing the point. Like, you're not getting to the core of the game. So go to Cambly, Cambly.com, download the app on your iPhone, Android, whatever. Use the promo code English no Cru to get your first class for free. It's awesome. It supports the show. Just do it. Do it. I like it. Anything else to add?
No, just that. Vão para o site, inscrevam-se, colocam o e-mail, não tem que colocar cartão de crédito nem nada, e bota no código Inglês no Cru. É super simples, super fácil, para todos os níveis e sem o menor problema, o menor perrengue. Tudo
Let's
certo.
do it. No perrengues in 2019. Let's get on with the show. Oi, fala aí pessoal, bom dia. Você está escutando o Inglês no Rádio. I am your host, Foster Hodge. This is your daily dose of English. Hey, Alexia.
Hey, Foster.
I can hear that you are in Rio. I hear the sounds of
Copacabana. Yeah, the sounds of Copacabana.
Alexia, yesterday we recorded a pretty long episode about tidying up. So we need to tidy this podcast up and get directly to the point. You told me that you have a really good subject to talk about today, and I don't know.
Yes.
So
yes.
What are we doing?
We are talking about what I did this week.
What'd you do?
So, let me explain. One of my resolutions for the new year, it was going to the doctor and having all my checkup exams done, right? I am a 29 years old woman.
No, you're not.
Yes.
29-year-old woman.
What did I say?
You said 29 years old woman. So
What's
if
wrong?
someone asks you, "Oh, how old are you?" You say, "I'm 29 years old," right? But
Mm-hmm.
if you say, "I'm a 29 years old woman," that is grammatically incorrect. You should say, "I'm a 29-year-old woman."
Ah, tá.
So
I'm
if
a
you're talking about someone
29-year-old
else,
woman.
if you're talking about someone else, you say year old. Like, "Oh, how old's your baby?" He's 2. No,
He's
no.
2 years old.
Yeah, that's not right. If you're referring to yourself like, "I am a 24-year-old responsible adult, I can do this by myself,"
Ah,
then
tá.
you just say year.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, you're a 29-year-old woman. What are you
And
doing, crazy woman?
I needed to have my checkup, right? So I went to my doctor. I went there. I got my I hate saying this word. My weight, meu
Wait.
peso.
Yeah, what do you hate about that?
I don't know because the way that it's written is not the way that I say it.
So this is a very, very easy thing and very good example of why English does not make any sense and why it's not a phonetic language. So wait, like peso, is the same pronunciation as wait. Like wait for me before you eat that cheeseburger, right?
Right.
Exact same thing. So there should be no
Okay.
problems for you.
Okay. So I got my weight. I got my weight.
Um, you could say that. Honestly, I would say they checked my weight or they weighed me.
Tá. They checked my weight. They checked my pressure.
Yeah. How much did you weigh?
I don't like to say that.
I'm just kidding. No one likes to say that. I
No,
don't
I
even.
think it's very, very.
I don't even check my weight nowadays because I'm so scared of what it's going to say.
My pressure and everything, and those like things on my knee to see if my. How do I say? Like. Ai, meu Deus do céu. Eu nem me lembro como é que fala em português.
Yesterday,
When
you were talking about how you know all of the medical terms because you watch Grey's Anatomy. Mhm.
Yes. So that's not true at all. That little hammer on your knee to see if the knee's responding, you know?
Yeah, I believe we say a scalpel, but that might be wrong as well. I never understood that when I go to the doctor and he starts hitting me with a hammer.
But,
Like, does that happen?
yeah, so everything was right. And then he asked me a blood test. A blood test, a pee test. I don't know how to say this in English. And
Normally we would say a urine test.
urine test. And ultrasound abdomen test.
Abdominal. Yeah.
An abdominal test.
Yeah. So can I point out one thing really quick, Alexia?
Uh-huh.
So I think a weird thing that we have in common that we don't really talk about that much is I would probably say we are both kind of on the spectrum of hypochondriacs. So do you know what a hypochondriac is?
Uh-huh. Hipocondríaco.
Yeah. So it's a person that always thinks they're sick when they probably aren't, or they get really scared about being
I'm
sick.
not like that at all.
Yeah. So just to explain, Alexia really she doesn't like going to the doctor. She has a very bad fear of needles. And I always, like, when I feel like a weird thing in my chest, I'm like, uh-oh, heart attack, gonna die.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like this part of life at all. But I know that it's important.
The staying alive part.
The part that, well, and then I decided, I thought to myself, like, if I don't get this done like this week or in 2 weeks, I know that I won't do it because I will freak out and I won't do it at all. So I went there and I I started my blood test, the process of the blood test
Yeah. Can I just make one small interjection?
process.
There we go. Thank you, meu amor.
Yeah, but you also once told me that process is more British, so it's not incorrect.
It's not incorrect. You are right, but your American's boyfriend, you're America's boyfriend. Nossa.
eu,
was
ia-
a-
eu tava rindo disso.
Your boyfriend is America. No.
I'm not.
Who is America's boyfriend? Putin.
Bolsonaro nowadays.
Okay, continue.
What? Yeah. So I started the process of everything, and of course, my dad was with me because I won't go to anywhere that involves a needle without someone next to me. And to be honest, it was my first time in a very, very long time doing the blood test, and I was freaking out. I was freaking out a lot. And I started to think how I was going to deal with this if I was in the United States, for example, because I didn't know how to say anything in English, the names, and ask things, and simple things like the urine test, right? You need to have a small cup and then put it to the other cup and to give it to someone at the laboratory, at the lab. And I wouldn't know how to do that, first of all, because I would be very nervous. And second of all, I didn't know the names, the vocabulary.
Yeah. So I think there are two things here, Alexia. First, on one hand, you have the actual vocabulary, which it seems like you just did a pretty good job explaining it to me right now.
Yeah, because I searched about it.
You searched how to say like pee and lab. And
No, amor. I searched like blood test just to confirm. It calls blood test, right? Needle, it's agulha. And to ask how many small cups will take of blood, sabe? This kind of things.
Yeah. So a good thing for all people learning English, at least in the US, but I'm pretty sure just about anywhere in the world where people speak English, is we speak in the most simple way when we are talking about anything related to medicine. And when I say we, I'm talking about people in general, not like medical students. But for example, in Portuguese, you have like the word from the Latin root for everything, right? Like, so you actually say the optometrist, the gynecologist,
The what?
the optometrist, or the optometrist is an eye doctor, right? I think.
Não. Olha, tá vendo?
I'm making my point by not knowing what I'm talking about.
Ophthalmologista for us.
Yeah. Which doctor is that?
Eye doctor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I was right. So, okay, my point, Alexia, is that most Americans will say, oh, I'm going to the eye doctor today. Oh, I'm going to the skin doctor. I am...
Dermatologista, skin doctor. Is that easy? Like that?
Yeah, I mean, we have the word dermatologist.
Yeah.
And if you ask a dermatologist, oh, what do you do for work? He will probably say, I'm a dermatologist. But if you're just talking to your mom or something, like I'm going to the doctor, he's looking at my skin. You know, Americans are very, very ignorant about these things in general.
I wouldn't say ignorant. I would say practical.
Yeah, I like it too, because I never know. Like, oh, how do you say a lung doctor? You know?
Lung?
Yeah.
What's a lung again?
The key to your respiratory system, the two big things in your...
Pulmões.
Pulmões. Yeah.
Pulmolo. I have no idea in Portuguese.
Yeah.
See, I need to study this in Portuguese and in English.
Yeah, maybe just in Portuguese, because honestly, in English, it's just like whatever you're going to do and then put doctor at the end of it. Or just say I'm going to the doctor to look at my feet. Or
Yeah.
I'm going to the foot doctor. Whatever. That's easy. So
Yes,
part one,
because I'm sorry. Go ahead.
just saying part one is vocabulary. It's a lot easier in English than it is in Portuguese and many other languages. Part two of the situation is complicated because you were super nervous, you're freaking out. And in that situation, it really doesn't matter about the vocabulary, the difficulty of the situation, like linguistically. If you're super nervous, it's going to be hard to talk no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah, but why I was thinking about it because, okay, during the blood test, I know that I would be crying. I know, guys, it's really, really ridiculous, but I have a serious problem about this kind of exams and vaccines and things like that.
It's not a
And
problem.
honestly,
It's okay.
it's
This is a safe space. It's just you and me here. No one else is listening.
yes, of course. And I know that it doesn't hurt. A vaccine hurts a lot more than a blood test. I know that, but it's an emotional thing. And then I had to take the urine test. And the urine test was ridiculous because I was there for 1 hour waiting for my pee to come and I couldn't do it. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to walk around a little bit. And then I stay inside the clinic. Another 1 hour and a half, nothing. And then I started to talk to the Dona Alice, which was
Dona Alice. Yeah.
which was the doctor in charge. And I said, Dona Alice, I'm so sorry, but I can't do it right now. I need to walk. I need to go have my lunch. I have no idea. I need to take out my mind from here to be.
I would say I need to take my mind off this.
I need to take my mind off this. And then I went to the mall. I started to walk around and then I started to focus on what I was having for lunch. And time to pee. After 4 hours, I could pee.
Was it literally 4 hours?
Oh my God. So I got there at 10:30. I started the blood test at 11. I finished the blood test at 11:10. And then I ate from 11:30 to 2:30 exactly.
Meu
More or
Deus.
less. Yes.
So I think just to give a little bit of background, Alexia, this is something I honestly just cannot relate to because I always have to pee. If I drink a glass of water, it's like in 7 minutes that I have.
I had 4 glasses of water.
When I go to the doctor and they give me a little cup, I'm like, this is going to do you guys have any bigger cups?
Yeah. So that's it.
All right. So just so everyone knows that this is on the record, when Alexia says she has a recommendation for a podcast episode, she's probably just going to talk about going to the bathroom.
No. I'm probably going to talk about something that I did during the week. One of my experiences.
That's awesome. You always have excellent stories. I like them a lot. I think our listeners like them a lot. So, Alexia, I hate to say it, but I kind of got to pee.
Yes, me too.
Oh, that's good. So I'll see you in 4 hours.
It has been 4 hours.
Ok, Emma. Beijo.
Beijo. Ciao. Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Hey guys, thanks so much for listening to another episode of Inglês no Rádio. If you like what we do, if you want to support the show, here's what you can do. Leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Android, wherever you listen to the podcast. It really helps other people discover the show. And you can sign up for our VIP newsletter. So each time we release new courses, early discounts for Sound School, new worksheets, special discounts, the people on our newsletter are the first to know. So if you are interested in the things we are doing, go to inglesnuecru.com and sign up. And as always, keep up the good fight and lose well. Até já.